You are shaken. Your hands are still trembling. You just had an accident. And the very first thing the insurance company wants you to do is talk. Do not do it. Not yet. Not until you watch this video. Because there are specific words and phrases that the moment they leave your mouth, whether you are standing on the side of the road, sitting in an emergency room, or on the phone with an adjuster 3 days later, destroy your insurance claim instantly. Not weaken it, not reduce it, destroy it completely. And the insurance company knows exactly which words those are because they trained their adjusters to listen for every single one of them. Today I am going to give you the complete list, the phrases you must never say, the words that sound innocent but are legally devastating. And for every single one, I am going to give you the exact words to say instead. So you walk away with the settlement you are entitled to instead of the one the insurance company wants to give you. Stay with me through this entire video because phrase number 4 is the one that destroys more claims than all the others combined. And it is the phrase most people say automatically without even thinking about it. My name is Dr. Diane Marshall. I spent over 2 decades working inside the federal legal system. I have watched insurance companies use the exact words of honest people against them in claim after claim. These are not bad people being treated unfairly because they did something wrong. They are good people being treated unfairly because they did not know what not to say. After this video, that will not be you. Before we go further, subscribe right now to Alert Americans and turn on notifications. Every week, I bring you the information that protects your money, your rights, and your future in plain English. Hit that subscribe button now. Let us get into it. First, I need you to understand something fundamental about how insurance companies work. Because once you understand this, everything else in this video will make complete sense. An insurance company is not your friend after an accident. They are not on your side. They are a business, and their business model depends on paying out as little as possible on every single claim they process. The adjuster who calls you sounds friendly. They express concern. They ask how you are doing. They say they just want to get everything sorted out for you as quickly as possible. Every word of that call is strategic. The adjuster has been trained to ask specific questions in a specific order, designed to get you to say specific things that reduce or eliminate your claim. They are not doing this because they are bad people. They are doing this because it is their job, and they are very good at it. The recording begins the moment the call connects. Everything you say is documented. Everything you say can and will be used to reduce what they pay you. This is not paranoia. This is standard insurance industry practice that has been documented in court cases across the country for decades. Now that you understand the game, let me give you the rules that protect you. Phrase number 1, I am sorry. You are at the scene of the accident. You are a decent human being. Your instinct is to apologize. The other driver looks upset. Maybe they are hurt. Maybe the accident was partly your fault. Maybe it was not your fault at all, but you feel terrible that it happened. You say, I am sorry. Those 2 words just became an admission of fault in your claim file. In most states, an apology can be used as evidence of liability. The insurance company, yours or the other driver's, will document it. Their adjuster will note it. Their lawyers will reference it, and what started as basic human decency becomes the foundation of a legal argument that you caused the accident, and therefore your claim should be reduced or denied. Here's what you say instead. You say, I am glad everyone is physically okay. You express concern without admitting fault. You acknowledge the situation without taking legal responsibility for it. Those words cannot be used against you. I am sorry absolutely can. Phrase number 2, I am fine. The accident just happened. You are on adrenaline. Your body has not registered what it just went through. The other driver asks if you are okay. The police officer asks if you need medical attention. The insurance adjuster asks how you are feeling, and you say, "I am fine," because in that moment, you genuinely believe you are. 3 days later, you wake up and you cannot turn your neck. 2 weeks later, the back pain that started as a minor ache becomes debilitating. A month later, a doctor tells you that you have a herniated disc that is directly consistent with the type of impact you experienced. But you already told the insurance company you were fine. That statement, "I am fine," is now in your file. The insurance company will use it to argue that any injuries you claim after the accident were not caused by the accident at all. You said you were fine at the scene. You said you were fine on the recorded call. How can you now claim serious injury? Whiplash, herniated discs, soft tissue injuries, traumatic brain injuries. The most common and most significant injuries from car accidents frequently do not present symptoms immediately. They develop over hours and days. If you say you are fine at the scene, you are closing the door on every injury that has not yet announced itself. Here is what you say instead. You say, "I do not know yet. I am going to be evaluated by a doctor." That is the complete answer. It is honest because you genuinely do not know yet. And it keeps every door open. Phrase number 3. It was my fault. This one seems obvious. Of course you should not admit fault. But the ways people accidentally admit fault are not always obvious at all. I did not see them coming. I was distracted for just a second. I should have been paying more attention. I misjudged the distance. I thought the light was still yellow. Every single one of those statements is a fault admission wrapped in casual conversational language. You are not saying directly that you caused the accident, but you are saying everything a lawyer needs to argue that you did. Fault in an accident is a legal determination. It is determined by police reports, witness statements, traffic camera footage, accident reconstruction experts, and insurance investigators. It is not determined by what you say at the scene while you are in shock. You are not qualified in that moment to make a legal determination about fault, and you should not try. Here is what you say instead. I am still trying to understand exactly what happened. Let the investigators do their job. Say nothing more about the sequence of events until you have spoken with an attorney. Phrase number 4. It was not that bad. This is the phrase that destroys more claims than any other, and it is the most automatic, the most natural, the most instinctively human response to the situation. The adjuster calls you. They are friendly. They ask how you are doing. The accident was 3 days ago. You got some sleep. The adrenaline has worn off. You are not at your worst in this moment, and you want to be reasonable. You do not want to seem like you are exaggerating. So you say, "It was not that bad," or "It could have been worse," or "I have been through worse," or "Honestly, it was more of a fender bender." The adjuster writes all of it down, every single word. Now when you submit your medical bills, your lost wages, your pain and suffering claim, the adjuster pulls out the recording of you saying, "It was not that bad." A fender bender, you said. Could have been worse, you said. And suddenly, your legitimate claim for a herniated disc and 3 weeks of missed work looks like an exaggeration, because you yourself described the accident as minor. The insurance company does not need a lawyer to undermine your claim. They need you to undermine it yourself. And "it was not that bad" does exactly that. Here is what you say instead. I am still being evaluated, and I do not want to characterize the accident before I have complete medical information. That is your answer every time, regardless of how minor the accident seems in the moment. Phrase number 5. I do not need a lawyer. The adjuster asks if you have legal representation. You say, "No, I do not need a lawyer. This seems straightforward. I just want to get this resolved quickly." Dot. You just told a trained professional negotiator that you will be handling this negotiation alone with no professional representation and that you are motivated to settle quickly rather than settle correctly. Dot. Studies consistently show that accident victims represented by attorneys receive settlements 3 to 4 times higher on average than those who negotiate alone, even after attorney fees. The insurance company knows this. That is why their adjusters respond so warmly when you say you do not have a lawyer. You just made their job significantly easier. Dot. You do not have to hire an attorney for every fender bender, but you should never volunteer that you will not have one. Here is what you say instead. I have not made any decisions about representation yet. That is it. That is the complete answer. It is honest, and it signals that you understand your options. Dot. Phrase number 6. I accept your offer. Dot. The insurance company moves fast after an accident for a very specific reason. They want to get you to accept a settlement before you know the full extent of your injuries, your medical costs, or your lost wages. Dot. The first offer is almost never the fair offer. Insurance adjusters are evaluated on how quickly they close claims and how little they pay out. The first offer is a starting position. It is designed to see if you will accept less than you are entitled to because you are stressed, because you need money now, because you do not know what your claim is actually worth. Dot. Once you accept a settlement and sign a release, you give up the right to any future claims related to that accident. If your back pain becomes chronic and requires surgery 6 months from now, and you already signed a release for $3,000, you have no recourse. None. Dot. Here is what you say instead. Thank you for the offer. I need to review it with my advisor before making any decisions. That simple response buys you time, signals that you are not desperate, and opens the door to negotiation without closing any of your options. Dot. Phrase number 7. I do not remember exactly, but... Dot. The adjuster asks you to describe the accident. You want to be cooperative. You want to be honest. Your memory is a little fuzzy. It happened fast, you were scared, everything is a blur. So you say, I do not remember exactly, but I think the light was red. Or, I do not remember exactly, but I might have been going about 45. Dot. Those words, I do not remember exactly, but, followed by any estimate or guess, create a statement that can be used against you as if it were a definitive fact. The but erases the I do not remember. What the adjuster documents is your estimate, not your uncertainty. Dot. Here is what you say instead. I am not going to speculate about details I am uncertain of. When I have a clear and accurate recollection, I will provide a complete statement. That answer protects you completely. It is not obstruction. It is not uncooperative. It is legally sound. Dot. Now let me tell you about James. Dot. James is 54 years old, lives in Georgia. He was rear-ended at a stoplight on his way to work on a Tuesday morning. The other driver ran the red light. The accident was clearly not James's fault. He got out of the car, checked on the other driver, said, I am so sorry this happened, because that is the kind of person James is. He told the officer on the scene that he felt okay. He told his own insurance company when they called that it really was not that bad, more of a fender bender. Dot. 2 weeks later, James could barely get out of bed. An MRI showed 2 herniated discs. His doctor recommended physical therapy 3 times a week for 6 months and potentially surgery. He missed 6 weeks of work. Dot. James submitted his claim. The insurance company pulled the recording of his call. They pulled the police report where he was noted to have reported feeling okay at the scene. They offered him $4,000. His actual damages, medical bills, lost wages, future treatment, exceeded $60,000. James eventually hired an attorney. The case settled for significantly more than the original offer, but the process took 14 months, caused enormous stress, and the final settlement was still reduced because of the statements James made in those first critical hours. James is not unusual. His story happens every single day across America. The only difference between James before that Tuesday morning and what James needed to know is exactly what I just gave you. Here is your complete action plan for the moments after any accident. Step 1. Stop talking about fault immediately. At the scene, exchange insurance information, license numbers, and contact information. Say nothing about who caused the accident or what you were doing in the moments before impact. Step 2. When asked how you feel, say, "I do not know yet, and I am going to see a doctor." Nothing more. Even if you feel completely fine, say those exact words. Step 3. See a doctor within 24 hours, even if you feel okay. This creates a medical record that connects any injuries to the accident. Without this record, the insurance company will argue your injuries happened elsewhere. Step 4. Do not give a recorded statement to any insurance company, including your own, until you have spoken with an attorney. You are not legally required to give a recorded statement immediately. Ask for time. A few days is reasonable, and any legitimate insurance company will allow it. Step 5. Document everything yourself. Photographs of the scene, the vehicles, any visible injuries. Write down your own account of what happened while it is fresh. Keep every medical record, every bill, every piece of correspondence. Step 6. When the first settlement offer comes, do not accept it on the spot. Always say, "I need time to review this." Always. Before I close, let me give you the 3 golden rules that override everything else if you remember nothing else from this video. Golden Rule 1. Never describe how you feel at the scene. You do not know yet. Golden Rule 2. Never characterize the severity of the accident. You do not have enough information yet. Golden Rule 3. Never accept the first offer. It is never the fair offer. These 3 rules applied in the critical hours and days after an accident protect your claim better than anything else you can do. The insurance company has adjusters, attorneys, and decades of experience extracting the exact statements they need to minimize what they pay you. You have the right to protect yourself. You have the right to take your time. You have the right to representation. Now, you also have the knowledge. If this video helped you, hit the like button right now and share it with someone who drives a car. That is, everyone you know. This information could save someone you care about from losing tens of thousands of dollars after an accident that was not even their fault. Subscribe to Alert Americans, because every week we bring you exactly this: the information that protects your money, your rights, and your future before you need it. Stay protected. I will see you in the next one.